Well, I finally got this thing going, kind of. I put that wood up there. I still have to, like, cut down the excess. No junk inside. Nothing laying around. Gotta take that garbage out of there. Have to cut this side down too. I'm definitely gonna need another rotor around here and probably a brake caliper. And maybe a little bit more work under the hood. And another headlight. This headlight bucket is from a Ford F-150 from the 80s, and it doesn't quite fit properly on an old GM. So I gotta do a little work on the brakes on this thing. And I definitely have to fix the lock. Sounds like it might need a battery, I don't know, or a starter. But yeah, I gotta work on the brakes. But it's always run pretty good. When it's been running, it's always run pretty good. I put plates on this thing. I registered it, and it doesn't want to stop. There. When I registered it, I didn't put insurance on it, and then the registration got suspended. You gotta pay a $100 fine, or a fee rather, to reinstate the registration. Because, like, if you go without insurance for, like, I don't know, a period of time, it's not like a day, but it's like, I don't know, I think it's 30 days or something like that. You end up getting an inquiry if the vehicle has been insured on a certain date, and then you have to send in proof. So especially if you did put insurance on it in the first place and you took it off, like I did, the insurance company sends the Secretary of State info that this vehicle is no longer insured because the insurance company's covering their own butt. They don't want you driving around with insurance cards when you bought insurance and then you decided to take it off. That type of thing. In other words, they don't want you gaming the system. The other thing on this is the turn signal works until you hit the brake. Or if you turn the lights on. Turn the headlights on. Now it's working. There we go. tell it's like hung up a little bit right now because I'm stepping on the gas and it's not going as fast as it should. It's stopping. It needs an exhaust system. I mean, all that's on here is headers. There's like stopping. Needs more work. But hey, I got it running. I drove it around and around and around and around here at the compound for about half an hour earlier. Where's my screwdriver? There we go. Put it on Craigslist. 89 GMC 1500 Sierra. Very little rust. Asking 3,500. I know what I got. No low ballers. I don't know, should I go out scooping some more or just call it an evening? Installed 10/31/15. So what does that make it? 8 years old? No, not even. 7 years old. I can do math. 7 years. That's about the lifespan of one of these things. 7 years, pretty much. Especially in my area. You know, where I'm from, they don't last very long. You're supposed to drain them or whatever, but people don't. You're supposed to drain them every now and then to let the sediment out. What's the plan, King? I don't know. Is there a plan? Should there be a plan? So I'm watching Scrap Farm video. Bert, he's a pretty good guy. Anyway, actually I like the guy pretty much. I mean, I don't know him personally, but hey, the guy's giving me some swag. Right? That counts for something. Well, anyway, Bert's a nearly 40-year-old guy, single, never been married, And I'm like, I'm trying to tell him, in my comments, I know, I had this one commenter, leave him alone. Anyway, lady acting like I'm harassing him or something. Anyway, which I'm not, but whatever, to each their own. Anyway, I see something that maybe he doesn't see, and he would make a. I think he'd make a great dad. You know what I mean? You find the fight. He's a little skittish about being in a relationship, I guess, because he's been burned a few times. I get that. So he's a little gun shy from getting in a relationship. But the way I see it, that's terrible to go through life like that. To be hitting some people. I get it. Some people just can't do a relationship, but my point is I see something, a quality about the guy that maybe he doesn't see himself. And that for the right person, he'd make a great dad, father, dad. I keep saying dad because he'd be a great dad, I think. I mean, I've never met the guy. Maybe there's a side to him that's Jekyll and Hyde, you never know. But it doesn't seem that way. I don't know. I loosened everything with that. No, I think he's a decent guy. And I'd like to see him happy. King, how do you know maybe he's happy that way? Nah, you know what? Something tells me otherwise. Something begs to differ. Don't know what it is. I'm not a relationship expert. Oh, there's a bunny rabbit there. He's just chilling. No, I see something maybe that he doesn't see himself or in himself. Look, Tucker Upper is a great guy. If he can do it, Bert can do it. Maybe Bert doesn't want to do it, King. Leave him alone. Come on, man. This is YouTube. Take things so seriously. Some people, they get so disaffected. They act like they're some sort of avenger and they're running to the guy's rescue. I'm sure he's quite capable of handling himself. These were broken. What a crying shame. They could have definitely fetched a buck. This thing is unbelievably stuck. Like, I don't even think I should be taking it off the truck. But I am. Not everybody wants to be in a relationship, King. You know what? I claim bullshit. That's my claim. I claim bullshit. Okay. Leave the guy alone, you're harassing him. Okay. Those are all comments I've gotten before. Bert in his video commented, "Oh, we've talked about this before." I'm like, you know, because he's like, which is true. His comment is like, he's like, I'm 40 or I'm almost 40, something like that. And all the women my age are kind of like a clapped out Honda going for a Bentley price, which is true. I'm not going to argue with him. That's true in a lot of cases. A 40-year-old, I'm like, Bert, don't even think about looking for that. Those kind of women are for somebody else. Okay? There's the right guy for those kind of women. They have their place. I go, you, on the other hand, you know, he's like 40-year-old lady with a divorce and a family, kids, ex-husband, a history. I can see, you know, he don't want to do that. That's a bit much. That's too much of an undertaking for a lot of people. I'm like, why don't you, why not, like, look at nurses and stuff like that? Because, think about it. Well, first of all, nurses are awesome, in my opinion. For the most part, they have great personalities. They're about saving people and helping people. And most nurses make enough dollars on their own where they're not gold diggers. They don't need it. They're not making a doctor's salary, but... Do I have the key for this thing? They don't really need your money. So, if you're worried about somebody gold digging... Also, the thing about nurses is... Look at the cat. The thing about nurses is a lot of them, well, mostly, you know, if you're nursing in the nursing industry, you're spending a good portion of your 20s just learning the craft, going to school. By the time you're done with nursing and stuff like that, you're what, 25 at least? And that's just for let me get that over there. You know, if you're a surgical nurse, you're going to school even more. And a lot of times, not always, but a lot of times, as I know personally from several nurses I know, the doctors that they work around aren't really into them. They're at a different pay level, and a different, I don't know, it's just a different echelon, sort of. Not always the case, okay? I don't use the word always. But your typical situation. So that's why I think a nurse would be the perfect fit for Bert. Somebody who's kind of wants to do something a little different than, you know, their craft and stuff that they've been studying for and working at. You know, it's sort of like a mind break, going around junking, scrapping, flea marketing. Wow, that is heavy. I almost don't want to take it off the truck, but my other truck is full. King, leave the guy alone. No, I don't have to. I'm not harassing him. You're harassing him. Okay. I just think that the guy is, he's a pretty decent guy. And it's a crying shame that he's got negative experiences. In the world of women. I mean, it happens. Happens to a lot of people, but not always. That's like, he's like perfect dad and husband material. I think. I don't know. That's my claim. Don't ask why. There we go. The king and his claims. Yep. The king and his claims. Hey, I know I'm not wrong. Imagine. Let's just imagine. We're going to go into the imaginary king world, okay? Can you imagine Bert with a girl? I think that would be pretty cool. You know, somebody that compliments him. Compliments him not like, oh, you're so great. No, like compliments the personality. It would be a killer team. It's getting dark quick. Well, it really clouded over. I had a commenter on my channel. Why make YouTube videos if you don't have the right equipment? Yeah, good question. Because even though the channel makes money, it's just like maybe $1 a day. It's not even it's not a side hustle. It's a micro hobby. Okay, we'll put it that way. So I really don't have the funding to put into it. I'm putting a little trans fluid in here because, as you all know, the darn thing has a leak. Doesn't that get expensive, King? Yeah, kinda. I mean, how about fixing it? Well, if you're into pulling motors and transmissions, and you got the time to go and do that, just to fix one thing, and at this vehicle's age, experience has taught me that at this vehicle's age, I'm going to go under the hood, remove the motor and trans, and no matter how careful I am, how many things am I going to break? Probably quite a bit. How many things won't come apart? How about that? How about that? How about that? That's so good. For some reason, it does run better than the yellow Chevy. The yellow Chevy, it runs okay, but it just runs okay. This old hunk of junk runs great. I mean, it runs great. Ain't that something? It really does. It runs great. Right, I leave my impact. It runs absolutely fantastic. I can't believe it. Well, what should I drive? Should I drive the minivan? Or should I drive the pickup truck? Yeah, that darn thing runs great. It really does. Well, I believe you, King. You don't gotta say it. This thing, it runs okay. I'm all ready for the yard tomorrow. It looks haggard. I'm just like kind of stoked about there's not a big pile of junk behind it anymore. And I cleaned out the inside here. And I got it running. Also, it's got a tow ball on the bumper there. Alright kids, what should I drive? I emptied this out. You know what? I think I'm going to drive the minivan. Then maybe I'll come back for this. I don't know. Oh, where's the key? gotta fix the lock on this door. Getting closer, guys. Getting closer. Getting closer. Oh, it's rough over there. Getting closer. I want to take that motor out of the red Chevy. Do a few other things. Yeah, my boy Bert from Scrapburn, he deserves a loving relationship. You know what I mean? Kind of hard to like watch a decent guy, you know, go through life missing out because of some bad experiences. That's just my personal hang up. Well, that battery didn't sound good. The way this thing started. See, this button does not. Let's see if we could light it up better. See this button right here? You can push it in and out. And it does not turn off. Talk radio is okay because it's just music that's a problem for YouTube. See? Does not turn off. Does not turn off. It's like whoever owned this thing strong-armed everything. Okay. What's that sound? You hear that? It was like, Plus, it sounded a little weak when I started it. Anyway, I'll smell you all later. Leave Bert alone! Okay. Honestly, he's a nice guy. I don't think he minds. It's all friendly banter.